What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Josh, how you doing? Yeah, it is happening. It is going down tonight. 2 hours. 2 hour Chattin Build. 2 hour Chattin Build. Hope you guys are ready. Salad Bricks, good to see you. Cho, good to see you. Hope you guys are ready. We are going to be building tonight. Actually, we're going to be waiting. Moto, good to see you, my friend. Odin, love your new logo. Awesome, 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 awesome. Love your new logo. 40 is the end. Oh man, don't say that. Don't say that. I'm getting close. I'm getting close to 40. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys, man. I don't think I started the whole time. The dag, man. Hey, man. Moto, you do what you can. So yeah, I am. We're gonna rock out for about 2 hours here. So what I want to do, I want to check to see if I have a few pieces that I ordered. I ordered some pieces here the other day. I'm gonna see if I got them in the mailbox. Today was very eventful. Very eventful day. I'll wait for some more of our good friends to come through so I can share my awesome day with everybody. Uh-oh. Optimus is tripping. Stay on your 2 feet, Optimus. Come on. Aiden, good to see you. Good to see you. Lego Canadian, what's up? Yeah, so I'm gonna run to the mailbox real quick. So folks who are coming in, I'm gonna run to the mailbox in just a few minutes. If 40 is the end, I'll be dead. Oh my gosh. I hope not. I hope not. I'm gonna run over to the mailbox, my mailbox outside, and see if I got the pieces that I need. So tonight we're gonna try our best to finish the church. If I got the pieces that I need, finish the church, and then finish up Optimus. So as you can see, Optimus is almost there. I just gotta build the back of his legs, change the wheels, make it a little deeper. Optimus is almost done. Once Optimus is finished, then we could move on to the next project, which I haven't really decided what the next project will be. J Rock, good to see you. Jam Rock, good to see you. But I have an idea of what I want to do for my next project. So let's put Optimus here. And Optimus, you know what? I have an idea of how to do Optimus's legs. I'm going to do his legs a little different. I'm going to use the clips, these Lego clips. If I could find where they are. There they are. I'm going to use these Lego clips right here for his legs because the ball joints they give too easily, and I need something more sturdy for his legs. Sure, let's do that. All right, guys, so I will be right back in a minute. What's going on, Andrew the Epic? Good to see you. Art, good to see you. Good to see you. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to run downstairs outside to my mailbox real quick. While I do that, I will flip the church over to the front. There we go. You guys can see the front of the church. I'm going to bring you guys over here. All right. Guys, I'll be right back, all right? Hey, what's up, Nat? What's up, sis? I'll be right back. I'm going to run and get something from the mailbox. I think I got more Legos in the mailbox. 1 second, I'll be right back.
But unlike the other many internet love letters, we're going to rewatch this scene by scene and point out all the cool details that make the Dark Knight great that you might have missed the first 10 times you watched it. Little Easter eggs, but also cinematic devices, subtle influences, all the deeper truths that we really have. Let's get started. Before the movie even begins, our first image shows a wall of flames engulfing the Batman logo. Nolan has opened all 3 of his Batman movies with some kind of elemental imagery to foreshadow the way Batman gets tested in each installment. In this case, the flames tease Batman's upcoming trial by fire. The Joker later mentions gasoline as one of his favorite weapons because fire is cheap but effective. And we'll see the Joker use fire throughout this movie in devastating ways. Bombing the Joker's car, the hospital, setting a giant pile of money. And of course, killing Rachel Dawes and burning Harvey Dent to create Two-Face. It's all part of the plan to break that. And on to the opening bank robbery. Blue Lady. Now, 6 months before this movie came out, a group of friends and I drove 2 hours to the nearest IMAX theater to see a special advanced screening of these first 6 minutes. Every time I watch the sequence, I discover something new that I love about it. So indulge me. First, the opening shot of Gotham's skyline. Now, as we see throughout this movie, the city of Gotham is actually its own principal character in this movie. Its people serve as a microcosm for all of humanity, and the conflict of this movie ultimately boils down to a battle for Gotham's soul. Nolan stresses this idea by shooting the city, which is set in Chicago, from all angles. Lots of aerial shots showing the vertical skyline, but also the street level in the shadow of the L train, and down below on Lower Waxley Drive. You get a real sense of Gotham as a living, breathing city with its own multi-dimensional personality. Right away, we also get a tease of the music Hans Zimmer composed for this movie. This is the Joker's theme, and it's very simple, starting with a single D note played on the electric cello. Let's say that Zimmer was introduced for one of those.
Bam, 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 bam. Look at that. We got it. All right. So happy I got what I was waiting for. Another package. Now these, yeah, this is going to be, now we're really going to be finished. Now we're going to be finishing the church. All right. Awesome sauce. All right. Now I'm going to start putting on the stuff. I'm really excited about this.
This is the same design worn by Cesar Romero's Joker.
Let me see. All right, I want to get something real quick. Nice classic shirt. Oh, absolutely. It's a Star Wars kind of night.
As I mentioned in the last video, all 3 of these movies opened with the villain hiding in plain sight, letting his reputation deceive him before he revealed himself. And then we see exchange. Few things here. First, the guy says 3 of a kind, which of course is a hand in Joker. The Joker's emblem is a Joker's trading card, and references to poker and gambling come up throughout the movie. This gambling reflects the significance of gambling. Game theory is a study of mathematical models of the way people interact and seek the optimal outcome for themselves. It's user economics, science, and poker. The Joker's scheme here is a gamble. He hired 5 other thieves to help steal a massive loot, and he secretly told some of them to kill another thief, resulting in a large share, leaving him to take the whole pot for himself. This plot is inspired by a game theory.
Okay, yeah, Moto, no doubt, no doubt. Come in, come out whenever you want. Are you putting together a Death Star right now? That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, Nat, this is one of my favorite hats, the dice. Roll the dice on life. You never know. Dang. One more thing I got to get. I got to get a memory card. I want to record what I'm doing with the rest of the church. This is the finishing touches on the church. I'm excited about this. So 1 sec.
This actor is William Fichtner, who has been in everything. He's in Black Hawk Down and Michael Mann's Heat, which was the primary cinematic influence on The Dark Knight. Nolan looked to Heat as a roadmap to make a Batman movie as a thoughtful, thrilling concept robbery story. Both movies begin with elaborate heists, though this bank robbery is probably closer to the big bank robbery later in Heat, where double bags set for cash seem way too light. Studies have actually been done showing that these bags would weigh over 350 pounds. Finally, the Joker reveals himself. Fichtner looks genuinely shaken here, and he's reflecting outside the first time we saw Heath Ledger's face in this movie. From the beginning of this process, Nolan and Ledger conceived of a Joker that was completely different from Jack Nicholson's portrayal in Tim Burton's Batman, which at the time this movie started production was probably one of the most iconic movie characters of all time. They actually looked to punk rockers like Sid Vicious and Johnny Rotten, and clothing styles with like Iggy Pop and Adam Ant. They also looked at Alex from A Clockwork Orange, both the movie version and the version in the book, as a psychopathic gang leader who delights in sadism. No one also cited the paintings of Francis Bacon, which inspired this Joker's bleak, distorted, snowy face. Ledger reportedly stayed alone in a motel for 6 weeks, perfecting his character's mannerisms, movement, and voice. He actually invoked ventriloquist dummies to create this Joker's
all right
quality. Some have also compared his voice to the singer Tom Waits. Of course, the most striking thing about him visually is his face. Historically, the Joker's appearance was a result of his skin being aged after falling in an open vat of these chemicals. But this Joker wears makeup. Ledger would apply this makeup himself. That's why whenever you see a close-up of Ledger's hands in the movie, you can see dry paint smeared on his fingers and under his fingernail. And of course, his smile is a result of scars. This is actually called a Glasgow smile, popular among street gangs in the UK in the 20s and 30s, and made even more famous in the Black Valley case in Los Angeles in 1937. The movie, these stars are made with 3 pieces of stamped silicone, which Ledger had to keep prodding with his tongue to keep it from peeling off. Actually transform this into a facial tint of the character, with the Joker constantly licking his scars like a dog. These facial scars were also from the main character from Victor Hugo's novel The Man Who Laughs in the 1928 movie. That title was actually used for a Joker graphic novel, The Man Who Laughs.
all right now we're really getting, now we're going, now we're starting. All right, just want to make sure we got this going right here. Awesome. And we're on. All right, so putting the final touches on this church. I'm overly excited. It's been way too long. Church will be done, and then we're going to go ahead and get the greenery taken care of. This makes the Dark Knight all about duality, and the Joker and Batman are 2 sides of the same coin. Batman represents order, and Joker represents anarchy. But I'll get to more of that later. One last detail before I move on. Check out these license plates. The crew custom made these Gotham license plates, but they modeled them to look like Illinois license plates since they custom made them. How's everybody's Saturday going so far? Anybody doing anything fun on Saturday, this Saturday? Doesn't press cops like Ramirez, but right away she gives us a smoking gun in the form of this shady little eye shift. Later it's revealed that it was Ramirez who betrayed Harvey Dent because she was in debt to the Joker's gang and her mother's medicine bills. Then we move on to this drug deal with Dr. Crane, a Scarecrow, who reprising character from Batman Begins. This deal is interrupted by these copycat Batman. There are worthy vigilantes who dress up like Batman, and they're based on these sons of Batman. The Dark Knight Returns, which is another major comic influence on Batman's movie. After busting up into Batman's skull. All right. Ooh, turn on the bass. Honestly, when I first heard this line, I was like, well, Christian Bale was Batman's son for Batman voice. Actually, while shooting this movie, he actually used a voice that was similar to the one used in Batman Begins, but so they also re-record his lines in post-production. So take it up with Nolan. After
this when Batman meets with Gordon in the bank vaults. Notice the security camera photo of the Joker. It's dated in 2018. This was the movie's release date, July 18th.
Playing Ghost. Oh, how is that game? Salad Bricks. How is that game? I've seen commercials for that game. That game looks amazing. What is it? Ghost of, what is it? Tsunami? Tsunama? Toshiyama, I think it's called. My Mandarin is a little off, but let me know how that game is going.
His career became sort of driven by revenge, who of course had a very delicate end that saw him become murdered. He's prosecuting Sal Maroni, who has taken over the Falcone crime organization since Falcone lost it. That begins. And one of Maroni's guys pulls a gun on Dent, but it misfires. And for a second, this recalls a moment in the Batman comic The Long Halloween. It's another big influence on Halloween. In The Long Halloween, Dent was attacked during trial when Sal Maroni throws acid on his face, disfiguring him and driving him insane. We saw this version of events and news footage in Batman Forever. Afterward, Dent meets with Gordon in his office, and the two men are hesitant to trust each other.
Hey, Bill and Ben, what's going on?
Gordon provides the first reference to this movie's title, The Dark Knight.
Awesome, heavy bass. What's going on?
There's another type of duality concept that brought up.
All right, that's what's up. That's a cool way to build. Some mixtapes and some building with Lego. That's awesome. That is awesome to hear, my friend.
Batman and Joker reflect the duality between order and chaos, while Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne reflect the duality of the White Knight and the Dark Knight. More on this in a bit. Bruce meets with Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman, now running Wayne Enterprises, and he asks for a new suit. This is kind of a meta joke about the past movie versions of the Batman suit, in which his cowl was connected in one piece to his neck and shoulders, so that if you want to turn his head, you have to turn his whole body. Next, we move on to the restaurant. Now, take a look at this dude sitting at the table next to them. In rewatches, a number of viewers have speculated that this kind of looks like Heath Ledger without makeup, and that Joker could be styling on Harvey and H. But if you look closely, this definitely isn't Ledger. This guy doesn't have scars. But all of it does look a lot like the actor, especially from the line. This would actually be the actor's stand-in filling in as an actor.
I like how you said pretty great. That's awesome.
Harvey defends Batman by comparing Gotham to ancient Rome. This actually continues Ra's al Ghul's historical comparison for Batman Begins, though Raz's comparison was more cynical, referring to Gotham's corruption and coming collapse like Rome. Whereas Harvey's comparison is idealistic. He's referring to Rome's republic form of government. And then Harvey states a key theory. You either die or you live. Harvey is referring to Julius Caesar, for whom absolute power corrupted absolutely, and later applies to Harvey himself, whom Gordon and Batman decide to allow to die a hero rather than the truth of his villainous epilogue. That lies a deeper meaning about the nature of
right.
Harvey is suggesting that a true hero sacrifices, signaling to Bruce that he could be more than just a white knight, another kind of hero who leads and inspires. He could also be a true hero, one who gives up what he loves. This parallelism between Harvey
You bought a Lego set for 6 years old, just that you could add. Listen, those are some of the sacrifices you got to make.
Next, we move on to the Joker's meeting with the crime bosses in the kitchen, including Chattin, Maroni, and Gamble. And of course, the Joker shows off his infamous pencil. Okay, just so we're clear, the Joker totally put that pencil through the dude's eye socket. It's a real documented medical injury called transorbital intracranial penetrating injury, where people have jammed all kinds of things into their heads through their eyes, including pencils. So don't try it, kids. The Joker makes a deal with the bosses, kill the Batman so they can return to their regular criminal business as usual in exchange for half of their fortune. The Joker's reaction here is interesting. He seems genuinely miffed at being called crazy. Now, it could be because he's actually thought this out all the way through. He's once again employing being theory. In this case, it's called the shrinking pie game. Two kids have an ice cream pie that's quickly melting, And the longer they wait to figure out how to divide that pie, the less overall pie they have to eat. So basically, the idea is bleeding is constantly. In this case, the boss's profits are the shrinking pie. And according to the rules of this game, when you look into it, the Joker's initial offer of 50% is extremely reasonable. So yeah, he's right. He's definitely not crazy. Since Lau moved the boss's money, Gordon's raid was
good to see you on here, Moto. Did someone mention Moto? I'm not even sure. Let me see. I don't know, but we should mention you. Moto is on the Brothers Brick. He has an article on the Brothers Brick. That is amazing. I told you that wolf is gonna lead you. I can imagine that being on Lego.com as a featured article. I can't wait to. I hope that you get that recognition because you deserve it, Moto.
Use Batman to extradite Black. Fox recommends the group a way to get back into a plane without it landing. A CIA program called Skyhook. Skyhook is actually a real thing for CIA history. Its official name was the Fulton Surface to Air Recovery System, and it works as we see it in the movie with a balloon that inflates and connects to a harness, reels someone onto a plane in midair, eventually featured in a 007 movie Thunderball. Remember? This is another example of Nolan using real-world military technology to justify the plausibility of Batman's gadgets, as he did all over the place in Batman Begins. Nothing in these movies comes off as true comic book, as Batman could exist in our world. The box also gives Bruce his new armor, allowing flexibility and agility, but gaps on the plates, explosives, knives, and other threats. Many viewers, I gotta do this.
Hey, Unreal One, how you doing?
In the gap in Batman's armor. And his fans were kind of right. Catwoman does appear in The Dark Knight Rises, but there's another woman that stabs a knife through the gap in Batman's armor. Meanwhile, the Joker poses as a dead body to get a jump on Gamble. It's a little hard to tell if it's real closely. You see the Joker stab two of Gamble's men and use their bodies as leverage to lift himself up. The Joker tells Gamble a story about how he got his scars. And he's still an alcoholic father. He turns to me. Why so serious? Now, of course, we learn this is just one explanation for Joker's scars. We learn later that he's but by painting the Joker as a victim of abuse in this moment, Nolan almost tricks us into feeling sympathy for the character and seeing a possible vulnerability in his complex psychology. Daddy issues. Listen to the music here.
I'm doing great. Had a great Saturday today. Got a lot done today. Very productive Saturday. It almost didn't become productive, but definitely got through on some awesome stuff. So pretty excited for what's about to take place. What's happening.
Joker makes the three remaining members of Gamble's gang fight with a snapped pool stick for a spot in his crew. And this is one of many examples of the Joker manipulating his enemies against each other. It also foreshadows his ultimate plan in the third act. These three men parallel with three men trying to save Gotham. In both cases, the Joker aims to turn one of the three against the other two. So just like the snapped pool stick, he snaps Ben's sanity and turns him against those other two. Moving on to Hong Kong and Batman's capture of Lau. This is all fun, but one detail I want to point out about the sequence. Before Batman swoops in Lau's building, notice the time bomb Batman sticks in the window. You see one counter.
Hey, Marilyn, how are you?
These bombs explode almost exactly this amount of time later in real time. Nolan edited this sequence so that Batman captures Lau within the countdown 2 minutes earlier, and our experience watching. Nolan may not play around with timelines in his Batman movies as much as he does in his other works, so exception in Stellar Dunkirk, but he definitely shows an attention to detail when it comes to countdown. When Lau gets interrogated, Harvey and Rachel realize that they confirmed all against Gene Pico. That's the real-life federal law passed in the 70s that has been used to prosecute criminal organizations, including individuals, mafia families, street gangs, government. Dent meets with Mayor Anthony Garcia, played by Nestor Carbonell, aka Richard from Lost. His passion speech event leads to the biggest jump scare of the movie. Yeah, this is the copycat that we saw in the earlier scene. And the Joker is fastened a English Joker card with the words, "Will the real Batman please stand up?" Which of course is It was actually recorded by Heath Ledger himself under Nolan's supervision. But after it turned out so well, Nolan allowed Ledger to record the later cameo video with the angle of Paul Dano. During this video, the Joker roars and copycat. The Joker is obsessed with this kind of attention. This is something the Joker answered that Bay Punisher's question by simply revealing his scars. The Joker knows that the mere sight of his lasting scars.
Yeah, I got the final pieces that I needed to finish the roof. So got my final pieces. So right now is all about just repositioning some of the bricks.
Speaking of foreshadowing, Bruce also throws.
We will be all done, and we actually still got to do the outside, but the actual church itself will be finished. So this is an awesome feeling. I have to sometime this week I have to figure out where I'm going to take the pictures. Some pictures that I need to take for this color. I definitely want to. I would love to send this over to Lego. I'd like to send this over to the brothers Brick, so that they can kind of see the work I was putting in on this. Probably one of my most detailed build. So super happy.
Check out Alfred the moment the Joker bursts in from the elevator. This scene was shot early in production, and Michael Caine said that this was the first time he met Ledger face to face, and he was so shocked to see Ledger's face that he forgot his lines. And notice the Joker's actions. Where is Harvey Dent? This is another example of the duality between Bruce and the Joker. Once earlier, remember, Bruce entered the party
Where did we get that? The mallet. I got this mallet at Walmart. You can get that mallet in the jewelry section at Walmart. I would suggest you do that when you're building with Lego, especially if you don't want to smush the pieces down with your hand, because sometimes you have a little bit too much strength in your hand and you may not know it. And that strength can ripple through your build and can cause your build to crumble. So you don't want to do that. Oh dear. Hey, Mark. What's up, man? Mark, I'm at the home stretch right now, man. It has taken close to 2 months, but this build is near its completion, and I'm excited because I'm ready to get into some new builds. After this, I have to complete my curriculum for this week's class. I have this awesome video. I have this awesome video that I made with the kids this week. They were showcasing their final builds, right? So the whole week, they've been learning how to build with Lego, learning how to overlap, learning the different stuff as far as STEM related, also learning different techniques with Lego. And they had to put all that together for their final build. So what I did was I recorded the critiquing part. So I was really excited to do that this week. So I just got to get the approval from the parents that I can place it on YouTube, and I could place it on Instagram, because I think what they were able to do was incredible. So I would love to share that with everybody. All right, Trevin, you take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. All right.
Of course, it's two random men with Harvey and Dent in their last names. It's a gruesome crime scene, and the Joker leaves the clue behind in the form of his fingerprint on the photograph after the coverage on the wall. This is a sealed.
How's your day going, Mark?
It's a parallel to John Doe, reported in movie 7. Both killers remain anonymous, but they leave fingerprints behind.
How has your Saturday been?
They both get arrested on purpose when that they secret actually involves killing the hero's love interest, and then he actually goads the hero into killing him to prove correct his nihilistic worldview. And both movies are Morgan Freeman. Proof! And speaking of Freeman, during this, Lucas Fox meets with Coleman Reese, an accountant at Wayne Enterprises who uncovers the truth that Fox is supplying Batman's weaponry. Now, Reese's name is kind of an Easter egg. Mr. Reese sounds like Mysteries, which is similar to Edward Enigma, the Riddle, who was also an employee at Wayne's in the Hush comics and in Batman Forever. Enigma also produces Batman's identity. Some speculated that this could be setting up the Riddler as the villain for the third Nolan Batman movie, but they ended up going with the bigger guy. Moving on to Commissioner Loeb's funeral, where the Joker is threatening to kill him there. We get a quick look at the man underneath the makeup during this assassination attempt. The Joker and his gang replace the honor guard in a funeral gun salute, and he takes a shot at them. It's amazing how he just blends in, hiding in plain sight. Like a full minute earlier, you could see him in a wide shot, front and center, directly in the eye lines of Rachel and Harvey and Gordon. It's not until the trigger happens, snipers fire at Bruce's window by mistake, that Gordon just looks down finally to see the guard with terrifying, distinct facial scars that dogs that protect him there. Now, having the Joker dress up as a cop is a detail from the Joker's very first appearance in Batman issue #1. That issue also.
Hey, what's going on? What is it? Blacko Xavier? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's a STEM competition. Okay, heavy bass. That's dope. That's dope.
Using this double-sided coin to try to force a confession out of the
Oh, Minnie's on. She's on right now. Well, check this out. This is why I love technology. So, guys, what we're gonna do? We are gonna go in. We're gonna stop what we're doing here, and we're gonna go in Minnie's. We're gonna go on Minnie's. There we go. We're gonna jump in on Minnie's live stream. She's doing women empowerment, so I definitely want to support her.
I want them to definitely look up to me as an adult and be like, that girl knows.
All right, so we're gonna.
And I believe in her so much. So thank you so much for having that awesome inspiration for me. So thank you so much for being inspired by me.
Want to pause that?
I'm so happy. We'll move on to Aaron's, which is dance inspires me. Aaron, I think it's great that dance inspires you because truly, I think that's really great. Oh my God, my true inspiration. Here, Brothers Two Bricks joined. Hi, Brothers Two Bricks. How are you doing? Back to Aaron's inspiration. I think that's important that dance is a true inspiration to you because I feel like dance is a way of expressing yourself. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like dance is something that really inspires people and it tells emotions through dance. Like, I feel like when you dance, Sophia, I feel like you're basically spilling all your emotions into that dance.
I have no problem stopping what we're doing so that we can go and support my young sister. If you guys want, you could jump off of my live. You can go on to hers, Minnie_Mouse 099. She is actually doing a women's empowerment live stream, and I think that's so incredible. I would jump in, but I'm not a woman, so I do not have. I might be able to inspire girls and women, but I feel like this is important for her, and I want to support her 100%.
Yeah, so I feel like that's super important that dance should.
So I'm gonna keep on building though.
Throughout our entire lives. I feel like that's super important. But keep commenting on what else inspires you. In the meantime, I'll probably say what inspires me. What inspires me, Zendaya. Zendaya has probably been one of my hugest inspirations for so long. But she's probably been like my second inspiration to begin with. But I would say that my first big inspiration, you probably guys have seen this a lot on my Instagram, but Kai Baldwin was probably one of my hugest biggest inspirations of all time. I post about him a lot. He's been one of those people. I've been listening to him for a good 4 years of my life. He has helped me through some of the hardest times of my life when I've been really sad. He's helped me through basically anything. Whenever I was feeling upset, happy, scared, I would always listen to his songs, and they would just calm me down in instant, because there's just something about his voice that like really good thing and helps me calm down. But he's just been one of the guys that's just really helped me to really inspire me to do awesome things like he does.
That's awesome. My sister,
he knows
my
too,
one of my
because,
older sisters is in Minnie Mouse's
I feel like every
live stream.
YouTuber
That
has been
that's what I'm talking about.
doing
That's
this
what
where
I'm.
they
That's what it's all
post
about.
Their phone number for Instagram, and you can have their number to like text them. I have Ora DIY's phone number. I have the Try Guys' phone number. I have Asher Angel's phone number. I have Kai Baldwin's phone number. So that's like 4. Oh wait, now 5, because I also have I think Markiplier's phone number. So that's 5. But who is that? Oh, Kai Baldwin he's an Australian musician. He's a singer songwriter. He's actually, I believe he lives in Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. But he's a really good songwriter. I definitely recommend you go and listen to his songs on Spotify or wherever you get your songs. His songs are really good. They're really powerful. I would say probably one of my favorite songs from him is the Summer Song or Mom Please. Because Mom Please, basically, because he posted a debut for that song, and that song was basically about how kids should start standing up for, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Shoot. My mind just froze. Basically to stop kids with, like, having to pick on each other and, like, having to attack them with words, and how to basically stand up for your battles. And that song really hit me, like, in a way where it was super sad, because that song just really hit home for me, because that song touched very deep for me, because a friend of mine used to, when I was in 5th grade, I used to have a really close friend of mine who was super close with me, and she always got, like, picked on because of like the fact that she wasn't pretty enough, or she wasn't, like, okay enough to be in this world, and people kept telling her, like, to go die or go. And one of the days she didn't show up to school, and I thought she was sick. So I went to her parents' house because I wanted to go, like, bring her flowers and stuff to go and see how she was doing, only to find out from her parents that she hung herself the next morning before school started. And I was super upset for about, I would say, a good month and a half, because she was one of my really good friends. I loved her with everything in my being, and the fact that people just kept pushing her and calling her names made me so upset. So it made me really upset to hear that she died.
Awesome, Heavy Bass. Awesome. It's a pretty sad story that to
know that people had to drive her all the way to the point where she had to do that to herself, and it made me super upset. So of course, as school went by, people were like, "Oh, where is?" And her name was Maddie. They were always like, "Where's Maddie? Where's Maddie?" And for the people who kept making fun of her, I walked up to them and
this
I
is why
caused her death.
The Lego community is so important.
Push her to to make her
You
want
can
to
help
commit
so many
suicide,
people,
so she
encourage so
did.
many people going through
And
these
that was your
issues.
fault. Like, people pushed her to the edge, and I felt super bad. And her parents were devastated. I could see the looks on their faces. They were completely heartbroken, and as was I, because she was one of my true closest best friends. And I hope that doesn't happen to anyone else, because they should not have to be pushed by such pressure because of all this name calling and stuff, which is exactly why I hold these live streams, because we need to learn how to start really standing up for ourselves. I feel like something that I don't see enough, because our world is already hectic as it is with our stupid, crazy person of who we call the president of the United States, with Corona, with murder hornets, with Black Lives Matter. It's all really stressful, which is why I want to take a quick moment right now, just pray right now that 2021 will be way better, and that it will be much better for all of us. That hopefully this virus will go away. Hopefully life can resume to the way it was, and we can go back to everything that we had before this even started. So thank you for everyone for their condolences on that. She was one of my really truly good friends. I wish she could still be here today to see the person who I have become, because I think she would be really proud of me, and I know she is, because, you know, I can feel her watching me every day. So at least I have her in my spirit, and I know that she's watching from above with everyone else who I deeply love in my heart. So they really mean a lot to me. And Mama Bear, to answer your question, his name is Kai Baldwin. You can look him up on Spotify. His songs are super good. I definitely recommend you listen to them. He's such a good songwriter. And I want to continue to be his inspiration. I want him to continue to be my inspiration every day, because he's something super important to me. So definitely make sure to go check him out.
People, I think
Because I think he's super, super cool. Not to mention he's super cute also. So
right on the slide.
that's just like another.
Yep. Okay. Bye. See you later.
All right, so let's bring in my girl Erin Polanco to this live so we can talk and discuss. No problem, Matt. No problem, Mama Bear. Anything to help. Erin, what is up? So, first of all, let's start with the main question of my live stream to this whole entire
Well, girls have to support girls.
What
I've
do you
seen
think
in
it
school
means
all the time, like
to empower
girls
girls?
bullying each other, which is not right
Right.
at all. Like
No, man,
is
they got a delay,
so dumb.
so they're like talking over each other.
It's just,
It's all
when
right.
I see that in school, it's just so sad, and it's just like really, I don't know. It's just like really hard just thinking about it, because like girls we support each other, like everyone goes through the same thing sometimes, but I don't.
Yeah. And I think that's truly important. It needs to stop with the fact that girls just keep constantly pushing each other down when we've been hyping each other up and being supportive of each other. Because at the end of the day, we're all the same. We're all the same thing. We're all females. We go through it. So we shouldn't have to really be petty over what's happening. And I really hate this. I talked about this yesterday in yesterday's live stream. But I was saying about how girls are always having to judge other girls on what they wear, what shoes they're wearing. And it's like, it doesn't matter if your clothes are good enough. It matters on the style, because whatever you wear in my opinion, I feel like whatever you wear defines your personality. Like I feel like whatever I wear every day to school, it defines who I am as a person. So like, if people want to complain and say I wear too much pink on the daily, okay, my thing. I like pink. If you got a problem with that, then you can go somewhere else. But like I said, I was a free person who can wear whatever I want. I don't have to be stopped by someone who wants to say, "Oh, you're wearing too much pink." Okay. And I really don't care. At the end of the day, I like pink. It's my favorite color, and I can wear it whenever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I feel like is super important. So we should not be judging girls on our clothes and what we wear, because at the end of the day, they're just clothes. They're articles of fabric that we wear on our bodies. And we shouldn't have to be judging that, and especially shoes, because I swear, girls around here love to comment on their shoes, like, "Oh, look at my Air Force Ones," or "Look at my Nike Pros," or anything. I'm like, girl, I'm not like a Nike Pros. I mean, congratulations for getting an expensive brand of shoes, but like, honey, no one cares. Today, they're just shoes that you wear on your feet to make you feel confident and make you look good. Like, that's the thing. And like, of course, like, me personally, I can't say that shoes matter, because my shoe game, I believe, I don't want to brag or anything, but I would say my shoe game is pretty good. It's pretty decent, but most of my shoes are like practically heels. I'm obsessed. I love heels with my being. I'm always wearing heels. Ask any of my friends, I swear to God. But like, nothing is wrong with wearing certain articles of clothing, like what I'm wearing now. I believe this is really cute, in my opinion. Like this shirt, these pants, like I think it's fun, and you shouldn't have to judge girls on what they wear, because it's just clothes, it's just shoes.
I agree.
Just get over it. We shouldn't be up or down. So
what are you saying?
I think that's something that's super, super important to me, in my opinion.
I said, like, most of the time I'm wearing like tights
I feel like
and leotards and stuff to have to go dance and stuff. So I feel like that's like my outfit, I guess. But like, of course, like,
hey, cuz, what's up?
Like, be kind to each other. Like, there's not enough there's not enough kind people in the world. Like, there's so many like rude and like very good people, and they just need to start being kind to each other.
Cuz we're. Oh, thank you. So, cuz we are listening in to a awesome live stream. Minnie Mouse up top here.
Needs to really start being
Minnie Mouse is doing a women's empowerment night. So she has a couple of her friends from dance coming on to talk about some of the stuff that women go through. So we're pausing from what we're doing here on our live stream, and we're listening in to her live stream. Okay. If you guys are on Instagram and you guys want to check her out, please. Minnie_Mouse 099. Minnie_Mouse 099. Go check her out. Give her some support. Give her some likes. Give her some shares. She's doing a great thing right now, and we're listening in. I'm building, but we're listening in.
I feel like that's something we're not doing. I feel like every girl looks themselves in the mirror and is like, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. You need to start looking yourself in the mirror from now on every day and saying, I'm smart enough. I'm powerful. I'm a beautiful human being who lives on this earth and breathes like everyone else. And I'm capable of doing many things in this world that no one could ever think of me doing. Like, that is something I feel like is super, super important. And I feel like no one ever does it anymore because they're always too busy doing something to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The only person you should be worrying about is yourself. Right? Do not worry about anyone else but yourself. The only actions that you have control over is yourself. You only control about how you react in this world. If something happens to you, the only thing that you can really control is how you react to it. That is something that I've been taught by my mom many times in my lifetime. You need to really just start believing in yourself. Most girls don't do that either. If they don't believe in themselves enough, they don't think that they're smart enough, or they don't think that they don't think that they have what it takes to be with a guy. Let me just say this right now, because I feel like all girls are trying to make themselves look good for guys.
Minnie, I think Minnie's 18.
You really shouldn't have to worry about what a guy thinks of you,
young.
because at the end of the day, they'll They'll like you for who you are. If you learn to just be yourself. If you pretend to be somebody else around a guy that you like, you're not showing them the real you. You're showing them how, like, you're showing them someone else. You're not showing them you. Like, if I went around every day trying to impress a guy and I tried to pretend to be someone who I'm not, I would honestly not, like, no one would, like, no guy would really fall for me because I'm not being myself. I want to be myself, and if guys don't see me, if they don't like me for my weird personality, they can go somewhere else. I have many other places to do. I have many other places to be right now, and many things to do. I don't got time for it. But one of the things that's super important is we really need to start hyping each other up.
I feel like an older brother. Like I'm listening. I'm like, wait, who said what to you, Minnie? I'm about to come over there and knock him out. I feel like the protective older brother.
Be like, you're super, super beautiful, and then they'll just be like, why'd you say that? Because someone to say that. Someone made me, something inside me just made me just want to come out and say it. Like, I feel like I should just start doing that now because I feel like everyone needs it. And as I was telling Sophia, I am basically your average gay hype man who basically type person that basically hype you up and make you look good. Because I swear,
right, exactly.
Out here saying, oh, I don't really look that good. Yes, you do. Everyone is beautiful. No matter how big you are, no matter how tiny you are beautiful. Period. Yeah, like, seriously, I feel like that's something that we don't say enough to ourselves. Is that we are beautiful, inside and out. People will truly love you because you are an extraordinary person with so many things that you have coming up for you. Like, Aaron, I see so much in you right now. You have so much potential in you. You are going to do a magnificent thing. You're going to have a wonderful life, a wonderful husband, wonderful kids who they're going to learn that their mom is so great because she does such spectacular things in this world. She's a dancer, for God's sakes. Your mother is a dancer. How could you not love your mom because she is a dancer? She's trying to help you out, if anything. Like, you're going to teach your kids so many good lessons in this world that they're going to learn from you, and they're going to tell all their friends. My mom said some inspiring things to me, and she is the greatest. Because you are the greatest. Everyone who I know and love is the greatest. They need to start really believing in themselves. Have that birth to believe in yourselves.
Hear that?
For people who are not already having to...
Oh, man, tell me about it.
Already, start believing in yourself. Because it's something
Odin.
you really need to start doing out
Hey,
here.
what's going on, Jason? Cuz, so right now, guys,
I swear,
we are listening in on Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse is Minnie_Mouse099 on Instagram. She was with us. She was with me doing that dance battle. She's doing a women's empowerment night on her live stream. So we're taking a break from our live stream and we're listening in on hers. So if you have Instagram, please go and check her out. She's doing an amazing job. I'm enjoying this. I'm learning, and she's really giving some empowerment. But let me stop talking so you guys can hear.
I could be the Secretary of Education one day. I could be sitting in my office as the Secretary of Education, making the education system right for all kids. And you can be, I swear, probably one of the greatest dance teachers of all time, teaching great kids good moves and like dance techniques. Because that's something that you are truly great at. That is something that you're incredible at. No one says that, anyone says that you will get better, you will definitely get better. You're already great, but you'll be even greater in the future. I can definitely see that in you. I definitely see it in Sophia. I see it in all the people who are watching this, that they are going to do great things. I have faith in every single person who is watching. Because they are truly incredible people, wanting to do such incredible things. I want this to reach out to every young and old person to let them know they can do it. They can do it. They can definitely do it if they really put their mind to it and just have the strength enough to do it. We gotta just take a moment to ourselves and just breathe, and we can do it. We gotta work really hard. Challenges will come your way.
All the time.
That is something that is also really important. Challenges are a thing. And who says that dancers do not experience challenges? Dancers that have to experience challenges all the time. Am I wrong? Yeah. And that's the thing with, no matter what you do, whether you're a doctor, a first responder, an educator, a dancer, you will always be experiencing some type of challenge. And
Some awesome
as
stuff.
I explained
DJ,
yesterday,
how you doing?
I'm literally turning 18 in 2 months. Now, yes, that is exciting. Yes,
Thank you, Marilyn.
I finally made it to the age of adulthood. Am I scared? Hell yeah, because I don't know what my adult life is going to throw at me. I could be thrown some hard obstacle that I do not know how to get around, and I might need to ask people for help.
Just then,
Which nothing is wrong, and I swear, many
Gigi,
people, for some
she's
reason,
in the
think
room
this,
too.
which I wanted to say this
I
right
think
now.
she's still. I think she's
Do
listening.
not think that asking for help.
Hey, Cash
is easy.
78786. What's going on?
I swear, there are many people who I know who are like, oh, I feel like asking for help makes me really weak. No, it does not. You should not feel weak or embarrassed to ask for help, because it means that you want to know more. You want to get stronger. So you just got to learn how to ask. Like, ask people who you know that can help you. Because they will help you out, and they will help you get farther. If you do not ask for help, you are not going to get farther. You're gonna be stuck in. I feel like people should just ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. You should not have
Hey,
to
Maya.
feel embarrassed. It just means you're stronger. As a
I have to
person.
go. I'm so sorry.
Which is good. That's something that needs to happen to everyone. Everyone goes through certain challenges.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All 3 of us. Thank you for having me.
But like I'm saying, let's continue. I feel like it's something that's super important that we really just need to really just start having good faith in ourselves. We need to start believing that we can do it as a whole union and a whole nation, that we can make things better. Sure, we have a dumb person in the office right now who's making incredibly stupid choices. But we can really work together as a whole nation if we really just put our minds to it. Let's start working as a whole. Let's not start working separately, because that's something that's not going to get things done.
Ooh, I think she hit her hour. Because she just abruptly stopped. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm incredibly proud of what Minnie Mouse is doing. That takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of strength to do what she's doing, to jump on and to do this women empowerment and to encourage other women such as herself, young women. Young women are going through a battle. And not to get political or anything like that, but in 2016, the nation had the chance of electing the very first female president, and the nation opted. The Electoral College opted not to do that, but it still sparked a uprising within the women of this country, so that they could say, "Hey, we are tired of being looked over. We're tired of being passed up. We're tired of being pushed aside." I'm just so happy. I'm so happy and proud of of Minnie Mouse. If I feel like she's my own little sister and she's doing these awesome things. That's so great. So I'm happy that people were joining. Man, did I just cut off? I think I just cut off. Man. Oh, so this wasn't Minnie's fault. This is Instagram's fault because I definitely had some time. Yeah, I definitely had some time. I don't know why they shut me off, but it's all right, we're gonna do this again. So yeah, Instagram just shut me off as well. Didn't even do a countdown. Oh, you know what? I was on for an hour. That was my fault. I wasn't checking. All right, I'm about to go back in right now. But I'm so proud of her though. I'm so proud of what she was doing, what she did, what she was talking about. Incredible young lady. Hello everybody. Welcome back for hour 2 of our Chattin Build. Hour 2 of our Chattin Build. The very first hour, I was building the rest of the church. I finally got the rest of the bricks on the church. We are looking good. Everything is looking crisp. Everything is looking even. I am pleased. I am happy with what I was able to accomplish. Thank you all for joining me. We also was on Minnie_Mouse 099 for her live stream, which was women empowerment. So I was so happy that a lot of our friends here were able to go on and support Minnie in her women empowerment live chat. It was amazing. It was fun. She's a very inspirational young lady, and I am just so happy that I had the chance and the opportunity to meet her and to get beaten by her. I still owe her a Minnie Mouse brickhead or pinhead, so I'm gonna make sure I get that out to her as soon as possible.
Harvey becomes Batman, at least in the public's eyes, and his sacrifice prevents Batman from taking on the side himself. But this movie is saying true heroism required. So for Batman to grow into the hero he's destined to be, one has to go. The two heads of the same coin cannot both show their faces at the same time. That brings us to this movie's
What's going on?
Where the Joker attacks Harvey in the police convoy that's being transported to the city.
All right.
That the Joker chases them down and says, "Laughter's the best medicine," with an S straight in on it to make it smaller. The Joker fires on the SWAT truck with increasing firepower. First an automatic handgun, then shotgun, then a freaking RPG. And in less than a minute, the Joker exemplifies the exact kind of escalation that Gordon warned Batman about in the final scene of Batman Begins. The crashed Batmobile gives birth to the Bat-Pod, which Batman uses to flip the Joker's truck, leading to this game chicken between them. The Joker isn't lying here. He doesn't want to kill Batman. He doesn't fire at the Bat-Pod. He just fires at other cars to clear a path for Batman to himself. He genuinely wants Batman to kill him, but it doesn't happen. To use the Joker's analogy, the two of them are an unstoppable force in an unmovable object. Nolan's camera work flames the unstoppable Batman. 1
second, guys. I'll be right back. Let me just switch this out real quick.
I'll get to the core of this relationship in just a minute. The Joker ends up being caught by Gordon, still alive, disguised as the SWAT writer. The Batman comic The Long Halloween also features Batman posing as a SWAT officer and Dent faking his death, both of which were reassigned to Gordon in the scene. Harvey is exonerated and freed briefly, but we see that he's not headed to safety. The cops putting him in the car are Joker-influenced detectives Chippy Eyes, Ramirez, and Woods. While the Joker sits in the prison cell, notice his reaction to the large, mentally disturbed man who gets thrown in with him. Please step away from the bar. You see the Joker silently registering that his plan is in place. His gang surgically implanted a cell phone bomb in this man's Porsche. So now the Joker knows he's ready to talk and send the police out to rescue Rachel and Toby. Moving on to the Dark Knight's iconic interrogation scene between Batman and the Joker. Now, I mentioned before that Nolan followed the story beats of Michael Mann's Heat. And this scene is the parallel of that movie's midpoint diner scene between Pacino and De Niro. When Super Cop and Super Criminal realize they actually share a similar humanity. The Joker also points out a commonality between these two. The Joker goes further to underline their codependence. Unlike the duality between Batman and Harvey Dent, where they cannot coexist, this duality between Batman and the Joker requires that they coexist. Each extreme is defined at least partly by the nature of the opposite extreme. Also, yeah, the Joker's doing an impression of Tom Cruise's romantic speech in Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Which could be Ledger trolling Cruise, who, according to rumors, pressured Katie Holmes, his wife at the time, against returning as Rachel Dawes. That's too hot now. Nolan does an interesting trick with the camera in this scene. Now, normally in conversation scenes in movies, one character stays on the left side of the frame looking rightward, and the other stays on the right side of the frame looking leftward. By following this rule, the viewer doesn't get disoriented when the frame puts back and forth between the angles. But Nolan slides the camera. He changes the eye line. He starts the conversation with Batman on the left, looking right. Joker begins on the right, looking leftward. But as the Joker talks, the camera slides to the left, repositioning Batman from the left side to the right side of the frame. The Joker now on the left. Then Nolan does it again when the Joker says three. He slides back right, shifting Batman and back to the left side of the frame, and the Joker back to the right. This disorienting camera movement reflects the Joker getting in Batman's head. He's reading and questioning his morals. Nolan violates the eyeline rule to parallel the Joker doing Batman. He's violating his own rule. The only sensible way to live in this world is without rules.
All right.
The Joker is showing his hand here. He doesn't want to kill Batman.
Minnie Mouse.
The Dark Knight from noble vigilante to lawless execution.
Ba, 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 ba.
Moral backbone and drag it into the chaotic anarchy he desires. Knowing Harvey and Rachel are threatened turns Batman super violent. Apparently, Heath Ledger's hoped to prevail to actually punch him in the face, and Nolan had to cut
Minnie,
Batman kicking Joker on his way out of the ring.
You did
The Joker forces Batman to
an incredible job tonight. You did an incredible job tonight. I am so happy. I'm so happy with the work that you did. All the encouragement you was giving, all the words of wisdom you were expounding. That's a word. I think it's a word. Might not be. Logan, how you doing? Thank you so much, Logan. You did a great job. You did a great job, Minnie. Seriously. I wish I was there from the very beginning, but I came in at some of the great parts. I am sad to hear about your friend those years ago who committed suicide. That's very hard. I had a friend who did that. Wasn't easy. The thoughts go through your mind. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. What you could have did to change the outcome. Could you have done more? Could you have said more? Could you have been more present? All those things go through your mind. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that that you encourage as many people as you can meet, because you never know what encouragement someone might need at the right moment that will change the outcome of their lives. So, excellent job to you. Kudos to you, Minnie. You did a great job tonight. You did a great job. And we were broadcasting you. So, you did amazing. All right, I am going to all right, I'm going to look back at the church here.
Franco says he already.
Oop, I don't know what that was. There we go. Get a good look at it.
Both on the surface of the skin and deep down in the soul. The two faces of Harvey Two-Face are now distinguishable from each other, making him a surface value, honest man. He's just now driven to the extreme of honesty, obsessed with fairness to a dangerous degree. That duality that he once shared as the White Knight that Bruce.
Okay, so we also have a steeple. Actually, have a small steeple on the chapel area here. And I gotta change this white on the interior. Okay. All right, so we gotta make some changes on our chapel, on our little chapel here. We're gonna make some changes on it.
He does it now because, as mentioned before, he needs Batman so that he can break Batman to deliver his message to the people of Gotham that anyone can be great. And the Joker places his hit by once again forcing an undesirable ultimatum. Kill Reese or I blow up a hospital. Bruce protects Reese by driving in front of a ramming truck with his sports car. This is actually a Lamborghini Murcielago. Sorry for mispronunciation. And the word Murcielago is Spanish for bat.
Murcielago, bro.
Daytime Batmobile. Hospital evacs lead to this great scene with the Joker confronting Harvey while dressed as a nurse. And if you look close at his uniform, you can see an I Believe in Harvey Dent campaign sticker. Now there is a lot going on in this scene. First, the Joker described himself in an interesting way. So this kind of canine imagery when it comes to the Joker
All right.
is another motif that runs throughout the Dark Knight. We see it in
Okay.
now, how he sticks his head out of the police car window after escaping, how he feeds the Chettin to his own Rottweilers. Dent actually confirms this analogy later on. This dog comparison is pretty on the cold left notes. The Joker is simple but dangerous. He has no loyalty, he's impossible to negotiate with. And that unpredictability is what makes him the most threatening. The Joker tells Harvey that he's not a schemer, but of course it's not true. There's a lot more going on in that head than he lets off. And in this ranting to Harvey, some have theorized the Joker may reveal his possible origin.
Tomorrow, or a truckload of soldiers blowing up.
His reference to a truckload of soldiers led to a fan theory that the Joker could have been a former soldier, angry at society for forgetting that. Perhaps his facial scars could have caused that shrapnel.
So right now I'm listening to Rockstar Media. They're talking about the Dark Knight. All right, Moto. Moto, it's all good, buddy. Love you for being here, man. Thanks for coming through. Bobby Bob. Good to see you, buddy.
By the way, a lot of the Joker's moves in this scene were inspired by the graphic novel The Killing Joke by Alan Moore, which was one of the first darker examinations of the Joker's psyche. In The Killing Joke, the Joker conducts an elaborate social experiment to drive a good lawman over the edge with one really bad day. In The Killing Joke,
so I still believe that this movie right here.
So, if Harvey ended up trying to squeeze the trigger, he wouldn't be able to. This is another example of the Joker's games. He says he's not a schemer, but he is. He wants Harvey.
This movie right here, I enjoyed this movie a lot. A lot. I really enjoyed this movie. I still believe that this movie, The Dark Knight, still believe this is the greatest Batman movie to date. And I'm including Val Kilmer. I'm including Michael Keaton. I'm including George Clooney. This was the greatest movie, and this was the greatest portrayal of the Joker ever. Ever. You heard me. Ever. Heath Ledger's Joker was the greatest portrayal of what Joker is in the comics. Now, some of you might say, well, you know, Joaquin Phoenix, his Joker was really good. I don't think so, because we don't know what part of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was real. The movie played so vague that this could be happening, or it may not be happening, or then again it is happening, but then again it might not be happening. So who knows? I don't got time for that. If it's happening, it's happening. So in the case of Joker, this Joker, it was happening. So I thought that was amazing. Logan, good to see you, buddy.
And Maroney definitely doesn't see this double because he happens to check his watch at the precise moment. Then, right before Maroney gets to the back seat, check out that side view mirror. You can see the reflection of Harvey Dent sitting in the back seat. There's no way Nolan expected viewers to notice this and let's go around. He just snuck it in there so that he could be logically satisfied that Harvey Dent would have possibly. So let's let's move on to the final game that the Joker promised in his video earlier. This involves two fairies, one containing average citizens of Gotham, the other containing convicts that Gordon wanted to get out of there to try to get them away from the Joker's plan, even though by doing so, he ended up putting them directly in the plan. The Joker gives each fairy the detonator to an explosion on the other fairy, telling them both that if they don't blow up the other boat by a certain amount of time, they'll blow both boats. And of course, the boats are able to communicate with each other. But this game is another example of the Joker employing game theory. It might actually be its most famous thought experiment. It's called the prisoners. In this one, two prisoners are kept separate from each other by prosecutors trying to get them to testify against the other prisoner. If both prisoners betray each other, they both go to jail for a long time. If one of them betrays the other, that one goes free, but the betrayed one is free. And if both prisoners stay silent and do nothing, they both serve time for lesser trouble. That's how it works. It was actually a movie that could be shown called Slippers. The other film skips this idea of wonder. In this case, the Joker is so convinced that his cynicism towards human nature that he is certain one of the fairies will go to the criminal is being evil and killing of every citizen, or the citizens will probably be after the criminal. The Joker warned that about this whole thing and his worldview earlier.
Thank you, Corey, and everyone who came to my stream today. Thank you especially. I hope my words reach all the young and old girls and women out there who are too afraid to speak. Wow. Beautifully said, Minnie. Beautifully said. You are going to be an inspirational person. All right? So, Minnie, you have been inspiring others. Let me help inspire you a little bit. You're going to get tired. Okay? You're going to get tired. You're going to feel like your efforts are useless because nothing is changing around you. You're going to feel that the world would not miss if you don't do your thing. Let me tell you something. There is only one, Minnie_Mouse099. If someone in this world typed in on their Instagram, Minnie_Mouse099, they're going to say that someone already exists. They're going to say that that person already exists in this world. You cannot be Minnie_Mouse099 because someone already exists in our world at that name. So that means you are the only one. And again, you will get tired. You will grow weary. But I want you to continue to press forward. Continue to press on. Continue to be the voice for the voiceless. Be the voice that the young girls need to inspire them. Be that voice. I know you can be that voice. I want you to be that voice. What you did tonight was a great thing. And a lot of people have been touched by your efforts, have been inspired. I had some people on the stream saying, man, I wish I can have my daughters listen to this because this is incredible. Fortunately, everybody's stream always stays up for at least 24 hours. So that's good. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you. You did a great job today. You did a great thing today. Kudos to you. Kudos.
Batman decides to save Harvey Dent's reputation, defeating Harvey's lead or die hero line early. After his selfish, romantic heroics, costing both Rachel's life and Harvey's reputation, Batman has learned what it means to be a true hero. To make a self-sacrifice, even if that means turning yourself into a pariah to carry the sins of society. Batman has learned that he cannot do this alone. It takes all of society to stand up and have faith in their own ways. It's interesting that Batman says these words over the image of Lucius Fox, destroying that invasive surveillance system. Now, Fox's ethical objections reflected the political debate in the 2000s over the Patriot Act, which expanded the surveillance power of the U.S. government agencies after The conclusion that Batman and this movie want us to draw is that technology and weapons and restricting freedoms may be ways to fight terrorism, but really everyday people rejecting terror, even when under threat, is the only way to fully vanquish it. And in case this happens too fast or Bale's voice is too raspy, Nolan provides Gordon's son as an audience surrogate to explain this all to us like a pie. Gordon is saying that Gotham City deserves a selfless scapegoat willing to carry their sins because they're just going to carry it themselves. But that right now, Gotham needs an untarnished, courageous public servant who they can look up to as a martyr. And that hero that Gotham needs right now is Harvey Dent, the White Knight, the memory that the public has of him before he became this dark Two-Face. But the hero Gotham deserves, the hero who can assume all their guilt without being corrupted. The hero we never have to thank, the hero who's willing to accept our hatred is. Oh, okay, now that we've re-examined this movie in detail, a couple questions I want to leave you guys with. Did The Dark Knight use Two-Face enough as a film? Because the Nolan missed 7 movies after the fact that if he knew he was going to make a great movie, he probably would have kept Two-Face alive. Also, another question, which superhero movie do you think has come closest to The Dark Knight? Comment down below with your thoughts. And
Brick Blaze, what's up, man?
I'm really eager to open up this conversation with you guys. You can also tweet me directly at EABoss and follow me Rockstars on Twitter for updates on videos. Like this video, share it around, subscribe to Rockstars, and check out my breakdown of that movie.
That's awesome.
And of course,
Minnie, if we continue to have people like you, the world will change.
Thanks for watching.
No doubt about it. Brick Blaze, what's up, man? We are having an awesome 2-hour build and chat. Chattin Build. Right now we are the first hour we had an awesome live chat join along. I'm going to call it that. I coined the phrase. So we joined in on one of our regulars, I would think. Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse came in and she was basically sharing this on her stream, which is amazing. So happy for her. So she was sharing women empowerment on her stream. So we were in there earlier. Just hanging out, sending some encouragement. So now we're back on my boring stream, talking about Lego stuff. You know how that goes. All right, now I don't know how the inside of this chapel looks, so I'm gonna use the pieces that I don't need anymore. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me see something. Dude, I don't know. That's not an ad. That is a video.
Hi, I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of The Dark Knight Rises, directed by Christopher Nolan and written by Nolan and Jonah Nolan, with story by David S. Goyer. After nerding out hard over Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, we now arrive at arguably the most ambitious film of Nolan's trilogy. So let's rewatch The Dark Knight Rises, scene by scene, to discover all the subtle details and the influences and the connections to the other films. And I'm going to pack all the interesting stuff in a fraction of the movie's nearly 3-hour runtime. So if you like The Dark Knight Rises, then you're going to love me. Yeah, voices. Let's get started. The Dark Knight Rises opens similarly to the first 2 movies of the trilogy, with the Batman logo emerging from some elemental imagery that foreshadows the hero's coming struggle. Batman Begins derived the Batman logo from the swarm of bats for Bruce's struggle to construct his identity from what he fears. The Dark Knight showed the Batman logo engulfed in flames for Batman's trial by fire by the Joker. And now the Batman logo is formed by cracking ice. The ice foreshadows the literal ice that the Gothamites were exiled out upon, but also the breaking of Batman's body and soul by Bane. Each of these 3 movies can be boiled down to one thematic word. Batman Begins was about fear, The Dark Knight was about chaos, and this movie is all about pain. Opening with the Batman logo being created by breaking ice conveys the theme of this film, that pain and suffering are necessary for a hero to rise. A thematic counterpoint to the Joker's opening declaration, that whatever doesn't kill you makes you not stranger, but stronger. Over this image, we hear the voice of Commissioner Gordon delivering the end of Harvey Dent's eulogy, which we saw at the end of the Dark Knight. This reminds us of that noble lie that Gordon told about Gotham's White Knight, the hero Gotham needed right then to inspire them into public service and to look down on the world of shadows. But it warns us that this movie will deal with the consequences of that noble lie, how that sunny inspiration resulted in a blind spot, seething resentment in Gotham's underworld, waiting to be provoked to weaponize. And right after this, Nolan introduces the threat that will exploit that blind spot. Bane, the hijacks and capitalism. The CIA agent here, Bill Wilson, is played by Aidan Gillen, aka Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Pretty much all the smaller parts of the movie are somebody you recognize. He's everybody wanted to be in this movie. Littlefinger uses a little game, making the mercenaries think he's killing their friends, but really just trying to get info on Bane. But of course, he's really just a part of a larger game that he doesn't know about. This parallels the moment in The Dark Knight, where Harvey Dent tried to play a game by flipping a coin to force a confession, but he didn't realize that he was just playing right into the Joker's game to correct him. Meanwhile, Bane's moves are echoing the Joker, intentionally getting himself hot to position himself to enact an even more heinous. Bane is played by Tom Hardy, whom Nolan had just worked with in the movie Inception. As opposed to that one-dimensional, monstrous version of Bane from Batman and Robin, Nolan and Hardy went back to the source material. In the DC Comics, Bane is more of an intellectual figure, the one Batman villain knows to really break the bat, both physically and psychologically, which is something he does in the famous Nightfall comic, which was a major influence on Steve. Bane spent his childhood in a prison in the fictional Caribbean country of Santa Cruz.
That's awesome.
Working out, educating himself. In the comic version, the guy wears an apparatus that pumps him with a steroid that gives him temporary...
You're right. You're right, Brick Blaze. I didn't say that Lego was boring. I just said my boring. My boring stream compared to what Minnie Mouse was doing. So I was just giving cred to Minnie Mouse because Minnie Mouse rocks.
Hardy actually based the voice on Barkley Gorman. He was a UK bare knuckle boxing champion. Physical, fierce,
all right, boom.
Badass, but he just had a very particular voice. Hardy invoked this voice along with the intellectual backstory of Bane to give him this very particular way of talking. By the way, Gorman was also a Romani, so Hardy was inspired by that ethnic backstory as opposed to the traditional Latina backstory. We learn later that Bane's mask here gives him an anesthetic for the pain, for the mutilations he received in prison. So, kind of like the Joker, these battle scars make him a fearsome presence.
Inside of the chapel, it's good to go. Inside of the chapel, it's good to go.
Nolan has said that each of his Batman movies are defined by their villains more than the hero. And it's interesting that Bane, along with Ra's al Ghul and the Joker, begins this movie hiding in plain sight as well, patiently listening to others spreading rumors about him and waiting for the right moment to reveal himself. Nolan also put a lot of thought into making the villains true ideological opposites to the hero. No one cared who I was tonight. Both Bane and Batman are ex-members of the League of Shadows, and they both wear masks. They're really two sides of the same coin. Batman has shared a similar duality with all of the villains of these movies. Each are opposite ends of different axes. Now, Batman and Bane, along with Talia al Ghul, we later learn, exist on the axis of cruelty. Remember, Bruce left the League of Shadows because it was
next week.
Bane and Talia share Raz's cynicism.
I feel like I want to order some. I'm going to be ordering some 1x1 pieces. So if anyone has any 1x1 pieces that they would love to contribute to our next project, by all means, please let me know. I'm going to need flesh colors, browns, tans, whites, blacks. What else? I think that's it. But I'm going to need those colors to do what it is I'm planning to do. It's a surprise. I'm building a surprise for someone very special to me. So this is more of a passion project that I'm going to be building. So if you have any 1x pieces that you want to get rid of, that you've been having sitting and you don't know where you want to put them, you can put them in the mailbox and send it over to me. I will pay for shipping if you want me to. I have no problem doing that. So I do thank you guys if you consider. BB Builds, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Jay Miller, go. What's up? What's up? What's going on? I hear you watching New Rockstar. Yeah, that's right, man. New Rockstar is an awesome YouTube channel. I love their stuff. I love the stuff that they do, the stuff that they talk about. Is always good stuff with what they're talking about. So I just gotta change up the chapel area a little bit, so I can make it look more like the chapel that they have, and I also have to make a steeple as well. So I have to do that. The steeple might be a little bit easier for me to make because it's on an even plane, as opposed to the first one that's not on an even plane. So, and I may have to take it down a little. Well, maybe not.
It's the phrase "Deshi Basara," which translates to "rise up." The overhead shot.
Yeah, I may not need to do that. I don't know. We'll see.
Nolan said this whole sequence was actually his.
I am doing great tonight. I'm doing great tonight. Doing good. I'm building, having fun building. Building is always fun.
Also, all of this was shot in the IMAX aspect ratio.
Especially when you reach the end of what you've been building, and you kind of get to sit back and look at your fruits of your labor and do a little critique, some tweaking. That's what I'm doing right now.
We move on to Gotham City, which
where's
looks different from previous two films. Nolan based Gotham in the first two movies on the city of Chicago, but here Nolan escalates the look of the city by including shots of New York, Los Angeles, and Pittsburgh. Everything in The Dark Knight Rises is on a much larger scale than the first movie. We see Mayor Garcia honoring the 8-year anniversary of Tony Dent's death and the passage of the Dent Act, which resulted in over 1,000 convictions. In past breakdowns, I talked about how Nolan's trilogy very much reflects post-9/11 America, with the debate over Batman's surveillance system echoing the debate over the NSA's surveillance through the Patriot Act. The Dent Act reflects the impact of the Patriot Act when it came to policing power and increased incarceration. Gordon's second
do I have those pieces?
Played by Matthew
I do.
Meanwhile, John Daggett tries to talk to Bruce along with Miranda Tate. Daggett is a corporate rival played by Ben Mendelsohn, who often plays villains. His name could be a nod to Roland Daggett, a corporate villain in Batman the Animated Series, who's actually responsible for creating Clayface. Miranda Tate, we later learn, is actually the villain Talia al Ghul, daughter to Ra's al Ghul. She's played by Marion Cotillard, who's cast after playing the villain Maul from Inception. In the comics, Talia is heir to her father's organization, and there were growing love interest kind of for Batman, the way she is in this movie. She later leads the League of Assassins, a group associated with the Batman. Notice what Daggett says here.
Everyone knows that things hold up in the
Daggett is actually alluding to Howard Hughes, who's an eccentric billionaire who became an infamous recluse in his later years, which is a fairly apt description for Bruce Wayne at the beginning of this movie. It's interesting how one of Hughes' last great public feats was piloting the Spruce Goose. It was an all-wooden airplane that he flew out over the ocean. Interestingly, Bruce follows a similar arc in this movie. He finally returns from his seclusion, and he ends by showing off his aviation skills. We also meet Selena Kyle, Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
She's disguised as a maid, and she breaks into Bruce's private quarters to rob him. Selena Kyle is, of course, Catwoman, though this movie never explicitly labels her as such. The closest we get are a few newspaper headlines that refer to her as the Cat or her Cat's burglary. The pearl necklace that she steals belonged to Bruce's mother, Martha. Remember, we saw that necklace break when the flashback of Batman begins, suggesting that Bruce has now reassembled it. The fact that Bruce is so pleased with this necklace shows that he still hasn't really gotten over the deaths of his parents, or the death of Rachel Dawes, whose photo sits beside the photo of his parents on his breathing test. Bruce is clearly broken at the beginning of this film. His body is broken, he needs a cane after all of his internal injuries over the years, and his heart is broken over the people he's lost. We'll see how the events of this movie transitioned him from being a broken person to a whole person.
Evan, good to see you. Good to see you. Marvel Comics Talk. Oh yeah, thank you. I love this T-shirt.
This could be a nod to Letty Lamar. That was the real-life original inspiration for the Catwoman character. She was someone Hathaway studied intensively in preparation for. Lamar famously told a tall tale, claiming to have escaped from her possessive arms dealer husband by dressing up as a maid and collecting all her jewelry and jumping out of it. Gordon meets with John Blake. He's a played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, another one of the cast members in this movie. And this movie features Alfred retracing his footsteps from the Dark Knight, serving food to Master Bruce just to find him not there, so instead he descends down into Bruce's man cave. And like a Batman Begins, the Batcave is accessed through a 3-note sequence on the piano. Now the notes have been changed to the highest octave, to E, then down to A and B, then back to the black keys, D flat and E flat. It's a little more complicated of a scheme than the 3 notes of Batman Begins. However, it's always smart to change your lines, especially after Cold War. In the Batcave, the name that links to Selena's thumbprints is an interesting Easter egg. Nikolai Ondrejko. Whatever it was. It was the same alias that the Joker used to author the mayor's obituary in The Dark Knight. Somewhere in the Nolan versus Guys in Jail thinking, why is everyone using my name for crap? Ondrejko is actually the name of a construction worker who worked on the second two.
Oh, thank you, Logan. Thank you. If you love the stream, definitely throw a thumbs up on there. Definitely helps. It definitely helps. Erica, how are you, Erica? Good to see you.
But that's all part of the living set. But you're not living. You're just waiting, hoping for things to go bad again.
This is the same Rachel theme that Zimmer used after her death in the Dark Knight. Alfred once again brings up this whole pain theme. He confessed that he never wanted Bruce to return to Gotham because it brings him too much pain. Instead, he shares a fantasy of seeing Bruce at peace at a cafe in Florence. But of course, that's just a dream. Bruce hasn't yet suffered enough to earn this kind of retirement. But for us as an audience, Alfred is giving us this image as kind of a light at the end of the tunnel to look forward to. Blake follows the lead to an orphan kid who draws this chalk icon of the Batman logo. Now remember, Gordon was forced to smash the main bat signal at the end of the Dark Knight. So this little doodle is this kid's own little baby bat signal. It's a desperate call for Batman to come and return and fix his shattered world. This image comes back later. Meanwhile, Selina hands off Bruce Wayne's fingerprints to Philip Stryker. Stryker works for Daggett. He shares his name with a character in Dickens' series. We also meet Selina's friend, Jen, who's played by Jenna Temple. The character appears to be based on Holly from the Batman Year One comic. Selina and Holly had worked together as sex workers, and it was implied that they shared a romantic relationship. After Gordon's close call with Bane, Blake meets with Bruce, saying his superiors don't believe his conspiracy theory about an underground army in the sewers. They ask him to This scene was a nod to the character Killer Croc, the Batman villain who resides in Gotham's sewers. It could also just be a joke about the urban myth that alligators infested all of New York sewers, which kind of influenced the existence
All right,
of
I can find that later.
Here, Blake reveals that he had figured out that
All right.
and he did it just through empathy. That as a kid, he grew up without parents as well, he could see that inner pain underneath Bruce's false public persona. And of course, we learn later that Blake's legal name is Robin. And Levitt's version of the character is kind of a mix of the various versions of Robin from over the years. The original Dick Grayson, who became Nightwing, and Jason Todd, who similarly grew up as a tough street kid. Tim Drake was the third kid to take on the Robin identity. And in the comics, Drake deduced at a young age who Batman and Robin really were, just like this movie version does. Bruce checks into a hospital, and the doctor here is a cameo by comedian Thomas Lennon from Reno 911. He similarly played a doctor for Nolan in Memento. But the reason Bruce is going here is to check in with Gordon, who babbles about his guilt over that noble lie, and his fear that it didn't really cure Gotham's ills. Gordon fears that the Joker was right, that Harvey Dent's fall from grace was really a loss in the battle for Gotham's soul. And if Gordon's right on those fears, Gotham would now return to the state it was in Batman Begins. If it never really truly stepped forward, now it would be crumbling in the grip of the League of Shadows. Interestingly, the League of Shadows in this movie uses the same means to spread its evil, the city's own infrastructure. In Batman Begins, they use the water pipes that flow throughout the city, and in Rises, they use the water lines that flow out of the city.
Okay.
Then attends Miranda Tate's charity ball, which gives us a first clue about Miranda's hidden agenda. Notice how she greets Bruce masked, like the way pretty much all the villains hide their identities. Miranda also says this line. That's a pretty cryptic way to describe it.
Oh, Lego Ninjago? Of course, Logan. Lego Ninjago is amazing. I love the sets.
Also, the music being played during the gala is Maurice Ravel piece titled "Pavane for Dead Princess," which could be foreshadowing
Now I used all the pieces that I needed for the slopes, but I had to extend the roof So let's see if I have the same amount of pieces that I need to extend the roof. That's the fun part of Lego.
Selena is kind of using some Marxist language here. And it's establishing these two characters as opposing forces on another axis, an axis of income inequality. Again, the first two Nolan Batman movies evoke the post 9/11 America, but Rises adds to that political backdrop the economic tensions of more recent years, with the Wall Street movement after the 2008 bank bailout. Selena's image in a storm also comes from A Tale of Two Cities, the third chapter of which is titled Trapped in a Storm. And The Dark Knight Rises is A Tale of Two Cities.
Okay.
Basking in pride over burying the past and the Gotham of the oppressed masses.
All right, let's see here.
Bruce meets with Lucius Fox, and while he waits in his office, check out the book he's reading. Kind of hard to tell, but it kind of looks like the cover might have an image of Heath Ledger's Joker on it. It's hard to say either way, but if it is him, this would be the only reference to the Joker. The filmmakers said that they wanted to keep Heath Ledger's legend limited to the previous movie as a way to honor his memory. So even though it looks a lot like him, I'm guessing Fox also gives Bruce a tour of his armory with several moon tumblers and the Batplane, nicknamed this movie the Bat. It makes a callback to the line from Batman Begins. There's actually a deleted part of the scene that showed Fox giving Bruce his exoskeletal brace that he puts on his leg, which we later see him do in Batcave. It allows Bruce to walk straight and kick through a brick wall. This could have been inspired by the Justice League graphic novel Kingdom Come, which takes place in a hypothetical future in which an older version of Bruce Wayne has this kind of tech to help him move. Alfred also debriefs Bruce on Wayne's origin.
All right, I only need 2 more slopes to finish rebuilding this roof. I have one slope here that is actually a Mega Block slope, and I don't mix Mega Block with Lego. Just don't. Oh man, Brody, good to see you, Brody. Brody, what's up, buddy?
And one fun little detail before I move on, if you look closely, you can see a scar on Bruce's arm. This is the scar from the Rottweiler attack in The Dark Knight. A nasty one we saw in Opera's. Moving on to the Gotham Stock Exchange.
All right.
I
think we're good to go.
Bane and his men pose as blue-collar workers, custodians, shoe deliverymen, and they attack upper-class investment bankers who look down on them. They're literally occupying Wall Street. In this scene, you can also see some close-ups of Bane's head, which is an interesting scar. There's actually some significance to this scar that I will come back to later. Bane and his men hack into banking software and they take off on motorcycles, leading to a police chase and Batman's first appearance in the movie, which really excites us to the top. This exchange between veteran and working cop is lifted directly from Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. While this all goes down, we see Selena Catwoman again, and I love the costume design.
All right, fair enough. I will use.
Over her head to kind of look like cat ears. This is yet another example of
We'll use these two then.
character design for the comics with practical functionality. And another detail I like about this sequence: notice the close-up of the tablet. It shows that it will take another 90 seconds for the application to go through. Nolan edits the rest of the sequence to transpire in real time, so that exactly 90 seconds of our time later, the countdown expires and we see Batman looking at the tablet right as the application completes. Nolan, in general,
It's me, Logan Underwood.
And while he doesn't play around with it in these movies as much as he does,
Okay, Odin and Logan, do you guys know each other?
Just as we saw in that similar specificity with the timers in the Hong Kong sequence of The Dark Knight. He does it again later.
I'm gonna head out.
You may have noticed
Thanks,
in the
y'all.
background of this chase,
Peace out. All right. Minnie, great job tonight. I can't wait for the next one that you do.
Nolan shot this part here because the freeways of downtown LA are known for a mess of overlapping on-ramps. Use the hell out of me all the time. Batman uses these to Evel Knievel over the cops with the Batpod. But then Batman ditches the Batpod for the Bat. And notice how when it first emerges from the shadows of the alley, behind the spotlight, there appear to be two glowing eyes. They look very similar to the ones of Batman's cowl. The Bat glides over these cops, giving us a look at its structure. Production designers wanted the bat to match the militaristic look of the Tumbler and the Bat Pod, since they all would have been constructed from the same source. So the designers sampled the real-life Harrier jump jet, the Bell Boeing U-22 Osprey, and the Boeing AH-64 Action. Then Batman teams up with Selina in this rooftop fight, and check out Batman's hit on this guy. Theatricality and deception. After dropping off Selina, we get this gag.
Moto, you are so right. Two people connecting is awesome. I love that.
This is another detail pulled from the Kingdom Come graphic novel when Superman does this to Bruce. And I'll never know why Bruce is still using Batman voice when he's in it. Batman's dangerous heroics lead to this heartbreaking falling out with Alfred, especially when Alfred reveals that he burned Rachel's breakup letter in the Dark Knight. Without Alfred, Bruce is now at his most vulnerable. You might even say that for Bruce, things are worse than ever. And it's fitting that right after losing his most trusted protector, Bruce immediately makes a costly mistake, revealing to Talia how good the location of the nuclear fusion device, allowing her and Wayne to later weaponize. Then at the Wayne board meeting, we get two cameos. On the left is John Nolan, the British actor, reprising his role in Batman Begins. He's Christian Nolan's uncle. And on the left is Senator Patrick Leahy again. He loves Batman. He gets to make cameos and lots of Batman stuff. He was in the Dark Knight as well. And after losing control of the company to Miranda Tate, Daggett complains to Bane. And he does that hand thing and reveals his agenda to be different than what we expected. And we learn later what that plan is, but no time for that. Sex! Bruce hooks up with Miranda, and as she vaguely describes her leader upbringing, he runs his fingers over the scar on the back. This is the same shape of the scar that was on Bane's head that I pointed out earlier. This is the brand given to initiates of the League of Shadows. Remember, we saw Ken Watanabe's character ready to poke Bruce with that in Batman Begins before Bruce peaced out. Now, since Bruce doesn't have that scar himself, he doesn't immediately recognize for a connection to the League of Shadows. The blocking is really well done
difficult.
here. The scar is only visible because Miranda /Talia is leaning forward to stoke the coals while the blanket is slowed down. And then after Bruce touches it, she discreetly turns her back away from him. Selina leads Batman to Bane through the underground tunnels, and notice the way Batman takes down all the guards. You may recognize this same move from Batman Begins. This whole march is kind of directed like a highlight reel for Batman. It's designed to give us this false sense of confidence so that it hurts so much more to see Batman fail against Bane. And you can really feel the weight of the fight between these two heavyweights. Nolan actually uses a few cinematic tricks to make Bane appear even more physically imposing than Batman. Notice how he shoots Bane from an upward pointed angle, as if Batman is down below him looking upward. Also, if you listen closely, you can hear that the sound designers amplify Bane's footsteps so that he makes heavy thuds, whereas Batman's footsteps are lighter. Usually, Batman's advantage is the stealth techniques he learned from the League of Shadows. But since Bane had the same training, that advantage is gone. Bane is
We are initiated, aren't we, Bruce? I loved Tom Hardy's character as Bane. I loved his voice. I used to do that voice all the time. Let's not stand on ceremonies here, Mr. Bane. Darkness. Born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was a man, and even then I was blinded. See, I know the dialogue so well. Hey, cuz, what's going on? What's going on?
The child who escaped must have been someone else. Also, notice how Nolan circles the camera around Bane, using the same whirlwind camera movement that he used to convey the Joker's tornado-like force on the hero in the Dark Knight. Selina promised Bruce that a storm was coming, and now Batman is in the middle of it, leading us to the snap herd around the world. I was wondering what was very fast.
Spirit, or your body? All right, guys, I got food downstairs. Let me go get it.
It's really one of the most memorable images in Batman history, and Bane walks away chopping Batman's shattered cowl. This recalls the image early in Batman Begins, when Bruce was still able to crack early models of his cowl. Essentially, Bane is reverting Bruce back to that early, powerless pre-Batman States. Bane takes Batman to the same prison he did time in. I'm guessing somewhere in Morocco, since the prisoners where Iceman is in Morocco. And here, Bane reveals his true agenda. So, despite the Dark Knight Rises political backdrop of economic inequality, Bane explains that the politics is just a distraction, a red herring. Ultimately, Bane isn't an ideologue, he's just a terrorist using politics to destabilize society before he fries it. And that is even more messed up than Ra's al Ghul's plan. Say what you will about Ra's, but at least he didn't intend on rapidly wearing down Gotham's people for a 5-month occupation period. That's just cool, guys. And as Bruce tries and fails,
Oh,
Bane
okay.
begins his takeover of Gotham.
Back. King DR, what's up?
Now, this is all shot at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers play. That explains why Gotham's colors are black and many of the Steelers players actually make cameos here as players on the Gotham City roads. You can actually see their names appearing on the backs of the jerseys. Heinz Ward, Ben Roethlisberger, Floyd Cullen, Marquise Pouncey, Mike Wallace, Miller, Smith, Clark, James Farrier, Lamar Woodley, and Casey Hampton. Former Steelers coach Bill Cowher cameos as a Rhodes coach. Meanwhile, the punter for Rapid City is a cameo by Pittsburgh's then mayor, Luke Ravenstall. He was a kicker on his college football team. The crowd in the stands are real residents of Pittsburgh. They were told to wear black and yellow and that they could bring their own signs so long as they didn't have a Kennedy on. And if you look closely, you can see this one dude's R for Rhodes is the same design as the Robin R on Tim Drake's suit. He had no way of knowing Robin would be in the movie, but it just worked out exactly. Bane's demolition feels frightening. It's like how sad Heinz Ward looks. He's like, I gotta look at my awareness. And Nolan combines this spectacle with the wide shots of demolitions around the city. By mixing in aerial shots of real-life Manhattan, Nolan once again reflects the 9/11 imagery that provided the fear-based thematic underpinnings for his Batman series. He includes this shot of downtown Manhattan with digitally constructed bridges to New Jersey. He added 3 more, but I don't know why no more bridges to New Jersey. And prominently in the center of the shot is Freedom Tower. It is still under construction and video being shot. The collapsing bridges definitely trigger the memory of the collapsing towers that this tower memorializes. Also a fun detail here, if you look closely, you can see the triple-tiered Gotham train line. Also considered. Bane snaps the neck of Dr. Pavel, assuring Gotham that there's no chance of this bomb can be defused. And he declares that an anonymous, ordinary citizen of Gotham holds the trigger, someone he identifies as a hero. This is another parallelism between Bane and Batman. Earlier, Batman explained how the concept of Batman relies on the idea that Batman could be any face in the crowd. Bane flips this idea on its head. Instead of any face in the crowd could be a hero, now any face in the crowd could be a mass murderer. And then Bane gives this big speech outside Blackgate Prison. Now, this whole section of the movie parallels the French Revolution. Blackgate is based on the Bastille, with the fortress in Paris where political dissidents were imprisoned. It was raided by.
Tonight I ordered a Sicilian pizza. So I'm gonna eat a Sicilian pizza and a hamburger. Just didn't feel like cooking tonight. You know, weekends are my cheat days. That's when I cheat.
And notice the design of Bane's coat. It's a mix of the French Revolution frock coat and a Swedish army jacket. It's intended
It's too bad that Lego Master is Disney and DC is Warner Brothers. Yep. So they can't do it on the show. Yeah. Very true. But you never know. At some point, Disney's going to own everything. So you never know.
In which Gotham City becomes an apocalyptic gangland territory cut off from the rest of the United States. Back in the pit, Bruce learns more about the legend of the child of Ra's al Ghul, and then, speak of the devil, he visits him as a ghostly hallucination as Bruce's backbone heals. Ra's referencing immortality in this pit could be a nod to the Lazarus Pit from the DC Comics. The source of Raz's power was his routine rejuvenation in these pits, which restores energy. Now, Raz says there are many forms of immortality, suggesting that this pit is a Lazarus Pit in a different way, providing those who escape it with a spiritual restoration. While Bruce recovers, Gotham remains under occupation, and its small police resistance meet with a special forces unit. Notice the symbol that Blake uses to track the truck routes. Of course, Blake got this from the orphan kid that he talked to earlier. I like how this symbol is simple, quick to draw, and easy to miss. It contains a hidden V as if to suggest victory, kind of like how the V for Vendetta graphic novel and movie inverted the Anarchy A symbol. Throughout human history, various oppressed groups have drawn similar graffiti symbols with hidden meanings. Like when early Christians were persecuted in Rome, they would draw this fish symbol to determine if they could trust each other. Also in World War II, Allied soldiers would sketch the Kilroy was here image on walls and surfaces to track their progress.
No.
Kilroy kind of became an inside reference among troops, kind of like this symbol is for the Gotham resistance. Fox tells the Special Forces guys that the bomb will detonate in 23 days, which gives us a sense of this movie's timeline.
Question to my wrestling fans: are you guys gonna watch Extreme Rules tomorrow?
We can actually estimate that the city has been under
Just a question.
Bruce has been in prison recovering for a little over 4 months. Bane catches the Special Forces and publicly executes them, again evoking those radical French revolutionaries in their use of the gadget. Bruce reacts to this with another failed escape attempt, resulting in this interesting flashback. So Nolan is linking this circular imagery of Bruce looking upward out of the prison to one of the very first shots we saw in Batman Begins in the well that looks almost identical. This connection is thematically connecting Bruce's formative moment as a child with his redemption as a man. Bruce once realized that he needed the fear from that trauma of falling in the well and being attacked like that. That fear became the source of his strength. This movie is suggesting that pain works the same way. Bruce needed to be broken and buried at literal rock bottom so that he can learn how to live with and fight through devastating pain, something every hero and every person must do at some point in their lives. So in Bruce's case, he returns himself to that state of fear by refusing the safety distance. And the universe gives him one last little scare right before the big jump. As we saw in Batman Begins, being swarmed by bats kind of works as a psychological supercharge for Bruce. Here, it's just a not Back in Gotham, we see Bane's kangaroo court sentencing Stryver, and the court's familiar judge, with Cillian Murphy returning as Dr. Crane in Scarecrow. Notice how his coat is tattered with the stuffing coming out of the seams, making him look particularly Scarecrow. Remember, in Batman Begins, we first saw Crane in the courtroom, making a mockery of the legal system, so it's appropriate that he returns to where he began. You want to check out what Bane is doing during this. Now, he presides over this court.
Why can I find...
This is another nod to his
one more piece.
Madame Defarge would observe executions in knitting the names of the next intended people to be killed. In this way, she sympathized the fates of Greek mythology. When Bruce was with the shadows and Raz, Bruce returns to Gotham, reuniting with Selina. And if you're wondering how Bruce got halfway around the world so quickly, keep in mind we just heard Gordon tell his men that the bomb has another 18 hours until detonation. Subtracting that from Bob's earlier statement of 23 days, that kind of places Bruce's escape somewhere in this 2 to 3 week window. To me, that's enough time for a guy to cross the globe and return to the city that he is a proven master of getting around in undetected. So maybe don't get too hung up on the time. When they're detained, Miranda says this to Bruce. The reveal of her true identity is just minutes away, but this is one last nod to her father. Bruce and Fox return to the interim Batcave from the Dark Knight, and Bruce's Dark Knight era Batsuit rises. Literally, the Dark Knight rises. Actually, if you remember, this gold armor also exposes Bruce to a vulnerability that he had in the Dark Knight.
Except there's complaints more vulnerable.
And we'll see that vulnerability exposed with the knife very soon. Batman rescues Gordon from the ice, and he gives him a torch to light a new
This is
but this signal is more
a better look of how it looks.
Symbolizing a light that melts the
I got to make that steeple.
It also may remind you of that.
Now that's going to be very tricky to do.
Batman also saves Blake, giving him this advice. This is another moment foreshadowing the passing of the torch from Batman to Robin, with Blake learning the values that Bruce had to learn. And notice the last words that they say to each other. This is a nod to the past times Batman has refused to thank you at the end of Batman Begins and Dark Knight. moving on to this climactic street.
All right, I'm gonna
So
use
it takes
these.
place in daylight, which is a change from the climaxes of the first two movies, which occurs at night. The dawn setting represents Batman's resurrection from despair. Some political misinterpretations of this movie have criticized the choice to have this final battle take place with the good guys being the cops, beating up revolutionaries, preaching leftist ideals. But again, this movie.
Oh, guys, on Instagram, have you bought any new sets? I have not, King. I have not bought any new sets yet. So I have not yet bought new sets. But folks, we are getting ready to head on out. We have been rocking out for 2 hours. 2 hours just go by so quickly. I just want to thank Minnie Mouse for a job well done in her stream. The stream was amazing. It was great. Please go and check her out on her Instagram. Her Instagram is Minnie_Mouse099. That's on Instagram. So please go check her out. Show her some love. Show her some support. Yeah, barely talk. But you guys have a great night. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys Monday. Peace.
But for dramatic purposes, this is Bane's defeat because he's replaced by the movie's true villain in this moment, Talia al Ghul. Talia waxes poetic about knives. Talia is echoing the Joker in The Dark Knight, who remember had similar reasons for preferring knives as his weapon of choice. Oh. Selena saves Batman, leading to this race to the bomb. The shots of the back riding the road to the city was so vivid. The crew actually used a practical prop craft that they had to build, and they rolled it on the wheeled vehicle to remove the vehicle and post. Actually, if you look closely, you can see that they included a dummy of Batman in suit in the cockpit. We see the bomb counting down from about 11.5 minutes, and like with the timer on the tablet earlier, Nolan once again stays pretty faithful to his own countdown. The various times it cuts back to the timer throughout the sequence don't always line up with movie time, though, but when the bomb eventually goes off over the water, it's about 11 minutes later in real time. That way, Nolan kind of avoids the stretching or bending of time that action movies tend to do. Batman's end, so we think, recalls another formative moment when Batman begins, the deaths of his parents. He reveals his identity to Gordon by reminding them about how Gordon once consoled him. And listen to the music that plays as Bruce soars out of the view. This is that same choir boy solo that plays when Bruce knows over the slain parents.
That's a lovely, lovely voice.
Now we're here to Blake because this is a parallel formative moment for this upcoming hero, the moment that he sees his parental figure die. A montage shows us the city recovering as we hear a voiceover by Commissioner Gordon.
All right, one last thing I want to add. I'm out of here.
This is a direct quote of the closing words from A Tale of Two Cities. So I didn't just make up the connection. It's the final speech by Sidney Carton, right before he sacrifices his life to save innocent people from slaughter. Dickens' repetition of the phrase, "it is a far, far better," in the final line is meant to mirror the repetition of the opening line in the best of times it was the worst of times. The duality between two cities in the book's title. Similarly, this movie's ending mirrors its opening. It began with Gordon eulogizing the White Knight, now he eulogizes the Dark Knight. And like Harvey Dent's death, Batman's departure is a noble lie as well. Gotham is better off believing Batman gave up his life to save them. That way they can be truly inspired to everyday heroism. And Batman can be both the hero Gotham deserves and the hero it needs right now. And by the way, to those of you who look at this overhead shot of Batman's statue unveiled and see a smiley face or a Joker face, well, I just have one thing to say. Among the closing shots is Gordon back on the rooftop, finding that the bat signal has been repaired, reflecting also the shattered image of the bat signal in the
Okay.
shot, representing Bruce's.
We're all set. Guys, you have a great night. Thank you so much for joining tonight. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you for motivating me and encouraging me to keep building and to do these nightly building chats. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. Have a great night. I will see you guys here on Monday. Monday, we're probably going to finish do the greenery. The chapel is done. This is how the chapel looks. Yeah, the chapel looks like this. Yep. We're good to go. All right. You guys have a great night, great weekend. Be safe. Love you guys. Take care. Sorry, Odin. Gotta go, buddy. Take care, guys. You guys are awesome.
But the big reveal